Greetings to you all and many thanks for joining me again today. I am AU. In this video, we shall discuss flat Earth from the evolutionary point of view. Evolutionary evangelicals found support from those who had rebelled against religions, either due to false beliefs, like multitude of gods, or due to the strict laws and rituals they mandate. For this group, it not only offered an alternative belief, but also freed them of all religious commitments. Together, they waged a war against all religions and against God himself, producing literature to support their belief and discredit all that opposed it. In years that followed, this belief was adopted by many individuals and nations, and the world witnessed moral decadence and killings like never before. In spite of all this, there have always been people, both within scientific community and outside it, who debated, critiqued and refuted both the theory and the belief, but their voice seemed to be drowning in the noise of evolutionary evangelicals. For a sincere seeker of truth, however, the issue becomes clear with little observation and reflection. Below are few points, which will help those with intellect, in clearing the fog around the issue and make the truth stand out. As for those who have closed their eyes and ears, then who can make the dead hear? It is as if they have been blinded by evolution. The world is full of different cyclical systems, which are essential for life on Earth. These systems are delicately balanced, such that they can repeat without breaking the other systems. Imagine if water always evaporated and never came back as rain. Or the burned oxygen was never recovered from atmosphere. Or if all land was boiling lava, or there was no lava in Earth. Or the stars never exploded to form new ones. In any of these scenarios, life as we know it would cease to exist. It defies logical thinking to assume that all these cycles emerged and converged by sheer chance to make life a possibility. The balance exists not only on Earth but also in the universe at large. One who says that all this is result of random events is surely lower in intellect than one who says that all the mechanisms in an airplane could come about and be maintained purely due to random events. Speaking of life, it's known that cells are the building blocks of life and contrary to general understanding are quite complex, filled with nanomachines performing variety of operations including decoding and execution of instructions. How, when, why and where did the first cell originate is unknown to us, but it is certain that the origin of cell was non-evolutionary 5. Even if the first cell formed somehow, how did it come to know about self-replication mechanism? Did the first cell come equipped to sustain its kind? If not, when and how did this mechanism evolve? Being able to clone or reproduce is essential for continuity of species. It is evident that first cell must be capable to replicate, without which the cell would have degraded to dust and there would be no possibility of further evolution. It is this complexity of cells that has led to suggestions that life on Earth must have been implanted by extraterrestrial beings. They would acknowledge extraterrestrial beings but not God? What a shame. Cells, fish, animal, reptile, birds, plant, flower, insect. As you keep mentioning these words you are able to classify living beings into a distinct set of class. This is primarily due to similarities between living beings within each class. Question is if the process is random, how could it produce such a distinct classification? Ironically, the similarities that Darwin based his theory on, doesn't bear the signature of a random process, rather seems to be strongly typed to limited forms. It is this strongly typed form, which has enabled us to classify the living beings into different categories. Had it not been so, we would not be able to classify them with such ease. Even the body parts are not randomly developed but follow a pattern, which can be recognized across species. 4 limbs, fingers, pair of eyes, face, jaws, and teeth. To mention few. What restricted a random process to maintain these shapes and forms? A pair of legs, with muscles of right strength to hold body straight, is not sufficient to be able to walk straight. It also needs proper vision and right balance of fluids in both ears. And of course, the network of blood vessels, which can energize all those body parts, and neural networks, which can transmit signals between them. Body of living beings show remarkable interdependence between different systems within. How can a random accumulation of favorable changes result in such level of coordination? Male and female parts in plants is another classic example. Both are two different systems in all respect, but complement each other so well in producing seed, as if they are aware of each other. Dive deeper within these systems to the level of cells. What makes these cells come together and coordinate with each other, as if they've agreed on a common purpose? Bear in mind that complex living forms are not composed of only one type of cells. What is life? Although we experience it, we do not comprehend it fully yet. Consider a single cell, a living being in all respect, and an elephant, composed of trillions of cells, also a living being. Both of them are alive, but at different level of abstraction. Although cells within continue to live and function, the elephant is not just a conglomeration of cells, rather has its own life. It is as if cells are bricks plastered together to form an entirely new structure. We do observe something similar in non-living world too. Consider, for example, carbon atoms, arranged in one way result in graphite and in another way produces diamond. Although made from same element, each has its own distinct properties, different from any other. The cycles and seasons in the reality of human existence are greatly linked to flat Earth reality. Thank you. From AU.